Welcome everyone. Hello, my name is Jason Gorenstein. This is our integrative wellness class. Today is um, Friday the 26th of June 2020. I hope that you're having a wonderful Friday. So, to those of you who are joining us, Gail and Dan, so nice to have you both here. So, welcome. We have a really nice wellness plan for today. So, I will look forward to joining you guys for today's session. And without further ado, let's begin. We're going to find our way back onto our mats, and we're going to start in Tadasana, or standing pose. So I'll join you guys. We'll start in our standing pose, and we will begin there. Okay. So we're going to begin with feet about hips-width distance apart, spreading across the toes here. Seeing that the hands are on the buttocks, and just continuing to breathe here as you rotate from left foot to right foot just a few times. So you'll begin to lift up the feet and just rock from side to side here. Nice. And then as you feel ready, inhale, raise the arms up towards the ceiling here. Raise those arms up. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold all the way down to the earth. Release the hands down to the ground. Take your hands to the shins. Inhale, peel the chest halfway up. And as you exhale, hinge and fold here. Good. As you inhale, sweep the arms up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the fingers, As you exhale, glide the hands back down to the sides. So inhale, raise your arms up above your head. And as you exhale, bring the hands all the way down to the earth and release the hands all the way down. Inhale, coming up halfway here and pausing. As you exhale, hinging at those hips and releasing the trunk all the way down. Inhale, floating those arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. And as you exhale, gliding those fingers back down into your side. So once again, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale, lengthening halfway. So as you come halfway up, lengthen across the chest, the heart, the sternum. As you exhale, release the trunk of the body down. Just take the fingers, interlace the fingers here, and just begin to let the body weight travel down into the toes. So as you lengthen here, let the weight of the body be heavy here. Continue to breathe into those legs. Continue to breathe into those feet. And just start to sway your arms from side to side. And breathing in here. Swaying the body from side to side. And then you'll take your hands, you'll bring your hands to the shins. As you take your hands to the hips, inhale, peel up the chest, find your way to standing. Interlace your fingers here and press your palms forward in front of you. As you inhale, raise the arms up towards the ceiling here. Look towards the belly as you bend those knees. As you exhale, rounding through the spine, let those hands release down towards the mat. Keep the fingers interlaced. Inhale, floating those arms on up, raising through the chest, the heart, the sternum. As you exhale here, rounding across the spine and releasing the crown of the head all the way down. As you inhale here, lifting up through those arms, raising up through the chest, the heart, the sternum. As you exhale, rounding across the spine and breathing here. Take those hands, release them down to your feet, and bring your hands to your shins as you lengthen your chest on forward. As you exhale, hinge and fold here. Now take the hands to the hips again. Inhale, peel up the chest, heart, and the sternum. Interlace the fingers, press the palms forward in front of you, raise the arms up towards the ceiling. So glide the fingers over to one side here, and back to center, and glide the fingers over to the other side, and back to center. Once again, gliding your fingers over to the one side, and back to center, and gliding your fingers over to the other side, and back to center. And releasing these hands all the way down, all the way down to the earth. And then you're going to take your hands and you're going to place your hands on your shins once again. As you inhale, peel the chest on up, floating up through those ribs. As you exhale, hinging and folding here. Release those hands all the way down to the earth. Hands come to the low back one more time. Inhale, peel the chest on up, lifting up through the heart. Again, interlace the fingers here and press your palms forward in front of you. Raise those arms up towards the ceiling. Glide the fingers over to one side, back to center. Glide the fingers over to the other side, back to center. And once again, gliding them over to one side and back, and gliding them over to the other side and back. Good. As you take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers here. Press the fingers in towards each other. Release the head all the way down towards the mat. Lift the arms up, maybe raise the arms up towards the ceiling here. And just breathe here. Feel free to bend those knees slightly. Close the eyes. Take the hands to the low back. Inhale, peel up the chest, heart, and sternum. Interlace the fingers in front of you. Press your palms forward. Lengthen your fingers all the way up towards the ceiling. So take those hands, place them on top of the head. Turn your chest over to one side and back to center. And turning your chest over to the other side and back to center. Turning your chest over to one side and back to center. And turning your chest over to the other side and back to center. Gliding those elbows over and back. And gliding those elbows over and back. Good. So release the hands down to your sides, and then you're just going to kind of scrunch your shoulders and just breathe here. Just let the body weight shift down so you're really rounding the spine. Really, really rounding the spine here. Good. And then inhale, peel up the chest and open the heart. We're going to do that again. So as you exhale, round the spine here. Really rounding the spine. Hug that belly in. Release the head on down. And as you inhale, open the chest, heart, and sternum up. That's it. One more time as you exhale, rounding across the spine. Rounding, rounding, rounding here. And as you inhale, peeling the chest on up and breathing. All right. Interlacing the hands at the center chest. Pressing the palms forward in front of you. Raise the fingers up towards the ceiling here. And just begin to scoot the arms from right to left a few times. Scooting the arms from one side over to your other side. From one side over to the other side. Amazing. And then as you feel ready here, look up at those hands. As you exhale, glide the hands all the way down towards the feet. Take the hands to the shins. Inhale, lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. And as you exhale, release the trunk of the body all the way down. So the right thumb comes into the left elbow crease and the left thumb comes into the right elbow crease. And breathe here. Breathe as you shift the elbows over to the left and back to center and over to the right and back to center and to the left and to center and to the right and to center. So take those hands, place them on the low back. Inhale, peel up the chest, heart, and sternum here. And as you feel ready, one more time, interlace these fingers. Okay. So now from here, you're just going to release the fingers, and then just start to sway from side to side. So allow your body to just kind of move gently from side to side here, and just kind of gliding those hands over towards one side and over to the other side. So gliding the fingers over and gliding the fingers over, and just continuing to move from side to side here. All right. And then from here, as you feel ready, gliding your right arm up above your head, left arm presses on down. And then gliding your right palm on down. Inhale, floating your left arm up, raising that left palm up. Exhale, gliding that left palm down. Inhale, floating the right palm up, coming up onto the toes. Exhale, lowering that right palm on down. Inhale, gliding that left arm on up, raising up through those fingers. Exhale, gliding on down. So do this 2 more times. So lifting up through the right And exhale, coming back down. And lifting up through the left. And coming on back down. Floating up through the right. And coming back down. Floating up through the left. And coming back down. Great. So now as you feel ready, just start to sway the body from side to side here. And just swaying with the palms facing the ceiling. So you're swaying the body side to side. Good. And then turn the palms down to the mat. This is a more classical variation. Palms turning down. And gliding from left to right. Gliding from right to left. Good. And then turn the palms up. And moving from side to side. Good. And then back to center and just stepping those feet back together. Interlace the fingers here. Press your palms forward in front of you. Raise the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Draw the arms over to the right. And back to center. And draw the arms all the way over to the left. And back to center. Now turn your chest over to the right side. And back. Now turn your chest over to the left side. And back. Take your hands. Glide your hands down towards your feet. Release the hands on down here. And just start to sway the body up and down a few times here. Swaying the body up and down a few times just to bounce the back muscles. Moving up and down with the spine. Good. And then as you feel ready, take the arms all the way up, raising up through the fingers. Interlace the fingers here. Press the palms on up. Turn the chest over to one side. Back to center. Turn the chest over to the other side and back to center. Good. Then as you feel ready, raise your arms up and open your palms out to the side, just like this, and back to center. So we're just going to switch over to the side. So it's similar to Tai Chi, but a little bit more open, and back to center. Inhale, float the arms out, lifting through the chest, heart, and sternum, and back to center. Lifting on out, opening the chest up, and back to center. Good. And then as you feel ready, just start to kind of shrug those shoulders and bounce, bounce, bounce the body. Bouncing the legs. All right, and then from here, once again, swaying side to side. So lots of swaying side to side today in our practice. Excellent. All right, and then from here, yogis. Let's begin to forward fold one more time. Release the hands down to the mat. Close the eyes and breathe here. Let's begin to forward fold all the way down towards the earth. Good, and as you take the hands to the hips, inhale, peel up the chest, find your way up to standing. Very nice. So, as you feel ready, we're going to find our way into downward facing dog pose. So we're going to come onto our mat. You'll spread across the fingers. You'll press the tops of the feet down. You'll float the legs back. Downward facing dog pose. So continue to spread across the fingers here. See that your legs are lengthening back. See that your hamstrings are lengthening back. And continue to release the head all the way down towards the mat. You'll lower the knees down to the mat. Inhale, peeling the chest on up, floating the chest on up. And then as you feel ready, lengthening back through that right leg. So lift that right leg on up. And as you exhale, lower that right leg on down. You'll take the left leg back. We're going to do the same thing. So inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, lower that left leg on down. So we're going to do that 2 more times. So let's start with the right. Inhale, float the right leg up. This time as you float the right leg up, hold here for a moment. Firm your outer arms in and breathe here. Good. Exhale, lower that right leg on down. Take the left leg this time. Extend that left leg back. Inhale, float the left leg up. So once again here, we're balancing our body. We're balancing our weight between those hands and between that left lifted leg. Exhale, lowering that left leg on down. So you'll take the right leg back one more time. Float it up. This time if you want, you can float the left arm up. Maybe you guys have the balance here just to hold. Hug that belly in. Lower the left palm down. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, float that left leg back. Lift that left leg up and float the right arm forward. That's it. Lower the right palm down, lower the left leg down. Good. Now spin Now take the left leg back one more time and spin onto the ball of your left foot. Inhale. Float your left arm up towards the ceiling. So this is called side plank pose. As you breathe here, lift through the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale, lower that left palm down. You're going to glide onto the other side. So take your right leg back. Spin onto the inner right foot. Inhale, lift the right arm up. And as you exhale, lower that right palm on down. Good. Once again, you're going to take your knees. You're going to press down through your feet. So bend the knees, press down through your feet. As you feel ready, float on back. Downward facing dog pose. So spread across the fingers here. Lift the inner forearms up. Wrap the outer armpits in. And as you feel ready, walk the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen those arms all the way up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the fingers. As you exhale, glide the hands back down to the sides. So we've done this action before. Like you're lifting up and grabbing lemons from a lemon tree, and you're going to just take those lemons and bring them on down. Maybe it's apples, and you just raise on up, draw them on down. Raise on up, draw them on down. And just continue to breathe here as you lift up and draw down a few more times. So you can bend into that knee as you lift the arm, and then bend into the opposite knee as you lift the other arm. So just going to alternate here the body as you raise through one side and bring it on down, and raise through the other side and bring it on down. Very nice. Okay. So from here, just start to sway the body from side to side again. Swaying over from side to side. Excellent. A few more times. Perfect. Okay. Then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to bend the knees. So you're going to take your hands to your hips. You're going to bend your knees just like this. And then you're going to straighten across the legs. You're going to bend those knees. And you're going to straighten across those legs. You'll bend the knees. You'll straighten across those legs. You'll bend the knees. Straighten across the legs. 5 more times. So this is not only a gluteus workout. It's not only a workout for the butt. It's also a workout for the thighs. It's a workout for the legs. It's a workout for the calves. It's good for our circulation. So sometimes our circulatory system, we don't do a lot of physical workout, physical exercise. So we oftentimes find our way to a sense of like stagnation or not heat in the body. We want to have heat with our body. And then as you feel ready here, float the right arm up and raise the right arm up and over your head. Good. Come back to center here, and you're going to do the same with the left. Left arm floats up, left arm extends over the head. And back. Right arm extends up, and right arm extends over the head. And back. Left arm extends up, left arm over the head. And back. And then from here, just start to bend the knees and just start to bounce those legs. Bounce, 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 bounce. Good. And then from here, just start to sway the body from side to side once again. Swaying the body here from side to side. Nice, guys. All right. One more time, we're going to find our way back into downward facing dog. So our sequencing today is a little bit different. We're kind of going from floor to standing, or standing to floor, standing to floor. So kind of a different sequencing today, but nonetheless, it's kind of nice. So as you feel ready, lower those knees down to the mat. Inhale, peeling the chest forward and up. Exhale, rounding across the spine. Inhale, peeling the chest forward and up. Exhale, rounding across the spine. Inhale, lengthening forward and up. Exhale, rounding across the spine. So now take your forearms down to the mat. Interlace the fingers here. Walk the left foot back. Walk the right leg back. And breathe here. This is called Forearm Plank. Let the forearms spread wide apart. Let the head release on down. Continue to press those heels back. Continue to firm the belly in. And breathe here. And then as you feel ready, you'll lower those knees down to the mat. Lengthen the chest, lengthen the heart, lengthen the sternum here. Tuck the toes underneath. Float the thigh bones up. Downward facing dog pose. So downward facing dog pose here. Press down through the wrists, press down through the forearms, press down through the fingers. And breathe here. And then as you feel ready, lower those knees on down. Lower those knees on down. Good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our legs and we're going to extend our legs forward. And we're going to find our way with our legs extended forward in front of us. So from here, as we lengthen our legs forward, you're going to have a seat. Maybe you'll have a seat on a blanket here. You'll take that right leg and you'll cross it over the left. You'll take your left hand, bring it back behind you, and breathe here. So a nice little simple twist. Open face twist as you breathe. Lengthen through the chest. Lengthen through the heart. Lengthen through the sternum. And as you exhale, gliding that right leg forward, taking the left knee to a bent position, and we do the other side. So lengthening through the chest, lengthening through the heart, lengthening through the sternum. All right, good, guys. So now what I'm going to have you guys do is you're going to lie down on your back. And we're going to hug the knees into the chest here. We're going to do a little bit of abdominal exercises. So take your hands back behind the head and just breathe here. You're going to just look at those legs. And then you can begin to tap your feet down. So the right foot will tap down and you'll draw the right knee back up. The left foot will tap on down and you'll draw the left knee on up. The right foot will tap on down. You'll draw the right knee on up. The left foot will tap down. You'll draw the left foot on up. So just continue to alternate here, right and back, and left and back, and right and back, and left and back, and right and back, and left and back. Good. And then from here, you'll tap the right. You'll keep the left knee hugged in. Keep lifting the chest. And then you'll alternate again. So now you'll let the right knee hug in. You'll let the left foot tap. And then you'll alternate again. You'll let the right foot tap. You'll let the left knee come in. Keep lifting the chest. And then change again. Nice. So let's hug those knees into the chest now as we breathe here. So just a little bit of core work, as if you will. And then, as you feel ready, you're going to take a simple twist here with those legs. So you have an option. You could keep these knees bent and keep the knees off the ground. Or, if you'd like, you can release the knees down onto the mat. So depending on what you're looking for, if you want a more active class right now, then just keep those knees lifted and breathe here. If you want a more passive class, then release those feet down onto the mat. Breathe here as you lengthen those legs away from the body. You'll come back to center here and glide your legs over to the other side. Come back to center here. And now take your hands behind your head again. You're just going to do very small crunches. This is like the most basic. So you just lift up the chest and lower it down. Lift up the chest, lower it down. Lift up the chest, lower it down. Lift up the chest, lower it down. Good. Take your left leg, cross it over your right leg. Release the hands down to the sides and begin to scoot your hips over to the left and take your legs all the way over towards the right. So the legs are scooted left, then move your knees to the right, and then breathe here. Arms come out to the sides, close the eyes. So as you breathe here, just continue to feel your breath. And you may, if you want a more active practice, do some sit-ups here. Some of us are feeling like today needs to be an active practice. So if you want it to be active, then do sit-ups. More and more and more sit-ups. All right. Then come back to center here. Uncross the legs. Scoot your hips over. Take your right leg over. Scoot your hips over to the right. Take your hands back. You can keep your hands behind your head. You can keep your hands at your sides. If you want a more active practice here, you could just start doing some sit-ups. I don't know why today is going to be a more active practice, but for some reason it is. Continue to breathe here, lifting, and continuing. Nice, and then eventually find your way back to center. Now, this is one of my favorites. You're going to let your knees move in towards your elbows, and then you're going to let your knees move away. You're going to let your knees touch the elbows. Then you're going to let the knees move away. Knees touch the elbows. Then you're going to let those knees move away. Knees touch the elbows. Then you're going to let those knees move away. Release the feet down onto the mat. Roll over onto your side. And one more time, press your way up into downward facing dog pose. So downward facing dog pose here, spreading across the fingers. Pressing the thigh bones back, breathing in here. All right, from downward facing dog pose, let's walk the hands back to the feet. And again, you're going to lengthen through the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Take the hands to the low back, press down through the feet. Inhale, lift the chest, find your way to standing. As you find your way to standing, take your palms forward in front of you. Inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling and bend those knees deeply. Utkatasana chair pose. As you exhale, straighten across those legs and take the arms back down to the sides. Inhale, float the arms up, Utkatasana chair pose. As you exhale, glide the fingers back and release the palms to the sides. One more time. Inhale, float the arms up, Utkatasana chair pose. As you exhale, straighten across those legs, arms to the sides. Take the hands to the hips, step the feet wide apart here, and we're going to spin both feet over to the right. You're going to take the right palm, you're going to place it on the right shin. You're going to take the left arm and leave it on the left hip. See that that right foot is pressing down. See that that right outer hip is hugging in. As you press down through the pinky toe side of your left foot, drive the left outer hip back. Feel both thighs drawing in towards each other here as you lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. So the shoulder blades spread along the back of the spine here. Draw the shoulder blades back towards the tailbone. Allow that belly to hug in and lengthen through the chest. As you inhale here, raise that left arm up towards the ceiling and bend deeply into that right knee for Warrior Two. Take the hands to the hips here and breathe. So look over that right leg and see that that right knee is bent to 90 degrees. If you feel any tension in your left leg, you can add a light bend to that left knee. The left thigh ultimately is going to press on back. Good. Straighten across that right leg. Turn your feet in. Turn your feet out to the other side. So bending deeply into that left knee should help to alleviate any tension that you may have in that knee or that thigh joint. Then as you feel ready, you're going to begin to straighten across the left leg, hinge at that left hip, and glide your left hand down the left leg. Right hand is on top of the right hip. So the right heel presses down, the right hip spins down, and then you float the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling here. So press down through the left ball of the foot. Firm both outer thighs in as you breathe here. Hug the navel in. See that your left knee is bending to protect your left hip. And then as you feel ready, inhale, lift that right arm up. Take your feet, turn them back towards one another, and step your feet back together. Inhale, float those arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend those knees. So we take Utkatasana again. We're taking this pose a little bit today just to build some heat in the body. As you exhale, hinge and fold. As you inhale, lengthen through the chest, heart, and sternum. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Good, and as you straighten through those legs, take the arms back down to the sides. So once again here, step the feet wide apart. Turn both feet to face the right side of the room and bend deeply into that right knee. So the right knee bends deeply here. Good. Then from here, extend your arms out to your sides. See that your left arm is drawing you to the left. See that your right arm is drawing you to the right. Straighten across that leg and bring the hands back to the hips. One more time, bend deeply into that knee and extend your arms out to your sides. Now take the right forearm, place it on the right thigh. Take the left arm, extend it all the way up towards the ceiling. Draw the right buttocks underneath you. Lift through the left side of the chest. See that that left ball of the foot presses down. See that that right outer hip drives in. Inhale, float that left arm up and come back to Warrior Two pose. Straighten across that right leg. Take your hands to the hips. Spin the feet in. Spin the feet out, and we're about to take the other side. So as you feel ready here, bend across that left knee and take the arms out to the sides. So we come into Warrior Two to build some strength in the body. You'll notice here that as you take Warrior Two pose, release the weight down through those feet. Continue to breathe here as you feel the feet drawing down or pressing down to the floor. Then straighten across that left leg, hands at the hips. One more time, bending into that knee. This time taking your left forearm, placing it on the left thigh. Inhale, floating the right arm up. And breathing here. So as you breathe here, continue to lengthen that left hip back. Continue to press the right ball of the foot down. And continue to breathe. Inhale, lifting that right arm up. Warrior Two. Straightening across that left leg. Hands come to the hips. Spin the feet in towards one another. Let's step the feet back together once again. So inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands back to the sides. 2 more times. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise the arms up towards the ceiling, palms touch. Exhale, hands come to the sides. 1 more time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale, lengthening halfway. Good. Exhale, folding. Inhale, raising those arms up towards the ceiling, palms face one another. Exhale, gliding those hands down to the sides. Take the hands to the hips. Bend that left knee, spin the left heel in. Take the hands to the center chest here. Inhale, float the arms up and over the head. This is called tree pose or Vrikshasana. As you feel ready here, begin to take your fingers into the center chest, interlace them, press the palms forward, raise the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. This is called Baddha Vrikshasana or bound tree pose. Bound tree pose. And then as you feel ready, release those hands down to the hips. Release that left foot on down. Right knee bends here, right heel spins into the left shin. Interlace the fingers here. Press the palms forward in front of you. Take the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. So as you reach those arms up towards the ceiling, just see if you can wrap the outer thighs in. See if you can hug the belly in here. Lengthen through the chest, heart, and sternum. So as we lift up through those arms, you're pulling the fingers apart away from one another, but you're lifting through the top of the chest. As you exhale here, glide that foot back to center. Release those hands down to the sides. Inhale, floating the arms up. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale, lengthening here. Exhale, folding. Inhale, raising those arms up towards the ceiling. Palms touch. Exhale, bringing the hands into the center chest. 1 more time. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale, lengthening halfway. Exhale, hinging and folding. Inhale, raising the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bringing the hands back down to the sides. Very nice, guys. Okay, wide stance out with the legs. 1 more time. Spin both feet out to the right. Spin both feet out to the right. Good. Bend deeply into that right knee. Take the right forearm, place it on the right thigh. Just be here for a moment. So we take these poses, this is called Parsvakonasana or side angle pose. We take these standing poses to build a little bit of heat in the body and to build some strength. Now, not only the time as you guys have been practicing with me for some time, we don't always take poses like this. Most of the time we have a 50-50 or sometimes we have relaxing poses. Today, for whatever reason, we're taking a little bit more holding poses. And it's a good opportunity for us to change it up. It's sometimes nice to have a little bit of a change in our practice. Sometimes it's great to have, all relaxing poses. Sometimes it's great to have all strong poses. Sometimes it's 50-50 or any, combination in between. And then as you feel ready, hands come to the hips, straighten across that right leg. Turn your right foot in, turn your left leg out, and bend deeply into that left knee. So as that left knee bends, place the left forearm on top of the left thigh, spin the right outer hip in, and then spin the chest up towards the ceiling here. Now inhale, as you feel ready, raise your right arm up towards the ceiling and breathe. As you raise that right arm up towards the ceiling, keep bending into that left knee. We're going to do it on this side. Bend that right hand or glide that right hand down to the floor and then glide that right arm up and over the head here as you breathe. This is called extended side angle pose. Uttita Parsva Konasana. So as you keep drawing that left hip in, firm the belly in and breathe here. Inhale, float that right arm up. Let the right arm lift us up. Warrior two. Straighten across that left leg. Hands come to the hips and spin your feet to face one another. That's it. Now step the feet towards each other, and then begin to open up the chest, heart, and the sternum here. Interlace the fingers here, press the palms forward in front of you, take the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hinge and fold here. Release the hands all the way down to the mat and breathe. If the feet are together, consider walking the feet to about hips-width distance apart and releasing the head all the way down. One more time, take the thumbs into the elbow creases and breathe here. So we just did a really nice little heating sequence, and now we come into a resting pose. This is a resting pose. It's called Uttanasana, or forward fold. And as you breathe here, just release the head on down. Now take your hands to your hips, press down through your feet. Inhale, peel the chest on up. Good. Open the palms out to the sides. Once again, interlace the fingers here. Press your palms forward in front of you. Arms come up towards the ceiling. Glide the arms over to your right and back to center. Glide the arms over to your left and back to center. Good. Hands come back to the hips. Step the feet wide apart once again and spin both feet over to the right side of the room. Hands are still on the hips. From here, bend into that right knee. And as you feel ready, just straighten across that right leg. So see that the feet are a little bit wider apart? And as you bend into that knee, just lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the sternum here. If you want, raise your arms up towards the ceiling. This is called Warrior One pose. As you exhale, straighten across that leg and bring the hands to the sides. As you inhale, bend into that right knee, arms float up. As you exhale, straighten across that leg, arms come to the sides. One more time, bend into that knee, arms float up. As you straighten across that leg, arms come to the sides. So now, bending deeply into that right knee. Take your arms, interlace your fingers at the center chest, press your palms forward. Inhale, float your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Drive the right hip back, drive the left hip forward, and breathe here. Straighten across that right leg. Bring the hands to the hips, turn your feet in, turn your feet out to the other side. So again, as you bend deeply into that knee, interlace the fingers here, press the palms forward in front of you. Raise the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. See that that right heel presses down. See that that left outer hip hugs in as you breathe. Continue to lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. And then as you feel ready, begin to straighten across that left leg. Turn your feet in and bring your hands to your hips. Let's step those feet together. As you step the feet together, interlace the fingers again. Press your palms forward in front of you. Raise your arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale here, hinge at those hips and release all the way down to the mat. All the way down. All the way down. And release that head down and breathe here. And breathing into the body. And releasing. So we come between these active poses and these passive poses because it gives us an opportunity to relax. It gives us an opportunity to rest. So we move between both of those spaces. Active and resting, active and resting, active and resting. And then you'll take your hands to the hips. Inhale, peel up the chest, heart, and the sternum. Find your way back to standing. Inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come to the shins. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And then take the hands back to the mat. Walk the feet back, downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose. Lower those knees down onto the mat. Lower your chest all the way down to the mat. So take your hands, bring your hands along the sides of the body, and release your forehead down to the mat. As you press down through your fingers, inhale, begin to lift the chest up and breathe here. So it's a very, very mild back bend. It's so mild. Your belly is still on the mat. Your tops of the feet are pressing down. You're breathing in. Maybe you turn your thumbs or your pinky fingers up towards the ceiling here. Maybe. And then as you exhale, lower on down. All right, let's do that again. Inhale, lift on up. Lengthen through the fingers, lengthen through the fingers, lengthen through the fingers. Press down through the left ball of the foot, float that right leg up. And as you exhale, lower that right leg on down and release the head on down. All right, let's do the other side. So press down through the fingers. Inhale, float the left leg on up. So raise up, raise up, raise up. Continue to breathe here as you lengthen through the chest, the heart, the sternum. And as you exhale, lower on down and release on down. Okay, yogis, inhale, lift the chest, lift the feet up, lift the chest on up. So keep lengthening through the feet. Your legs are off the mat. Your toes are just barely off the mat. You're lengthening through the chest and the heart and the sternum here. Nice. Maybe the fingers lift up. Maybe the arms stretch back. Maybe the belly hugs in. Shalambhasana's pose. As you take the hands down to the mat, lift the chest up. Sweep the legs forward in front of you. Find your way onto your back. Find your way onto your back now. As you find your way onto your back, hug those knees into the chest. And one more time, we're coming back to abdominals. They're not going to be too intense. They're just a little bit of a warm-up for the belly. Lower the right foot down to the mat, and then draw the right knee up. Lower the left foot down to the mat, draw the left knee up. Lower the right foot down, draw the right leg up. Lower the left foot down, draw the left knee up. And as you alternate here, see if you can lift the chest any higher towards the lifted knee. That's it. All right, and then eventually hug those knees into the chest. And then from here, as you feel ready, press down through the feet, interlace the fingers, hold of the mat, draw the left shoulder under, draw the right shoulder under, press down through the toes. Inhale, float the thigh bones up, interlace the fingers underneath the back, draw the left shoulder under, draw the right shoulder under. And then from here, as you press down through the feet, see that the outer thighs begin to revolve towards those inner thighs. And breathe here. And then as you exhale, release the tailbone on down. Good. Okay. So from here, yogis, let's take our blocks. Hopefully you have your blocks with you. You're going to place your blocks under either side of your legs, just like this. So we've done this many times. Feet together, knees apart. Just release here. So this should give you guys an opportunity to rest here. As we prepare ourselves for the end of the class, we take Supta Pada Konasana. We take Supta Pada Konasana. And then what I'd like you to do is bring your knees together, release your legs all the way forward on your mat. Let the feet rest to either side of the mat. Close your eyes here. So we're going to be here for just a little bit. So make sure you're comfortable. If you need to place a blanket underneath the legs or a pillow underneath the head, please feel free to do so. And I'm going to be guiding you guys in through a meditation here. Okay. So as you feel ready, just begin to close your eyes. Begin to allow your breath to be both long and slow here. Noticing your inhalations and noticing your exhalations. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that, guys. So whenever you're ready, you can either come into a lying down position or you can come into a seated upright position. Your choice. So lying down position or upright seated position, whichever one you prefer. And then as you feel ready, just close your eyes here. So allow that breath of yours to be long and slow. Just breathing in here. And breathing out. So this is called a body awareness meditation. I'm going to ask you guys just to observe the various sensations across the body, beginning at the crown of the head, moving all the way down to the feet. So notice the crown of the head and your forehead, your eyes. Observing both eyes and your nose, your nostrils. Observe both cheeks. Feel your lips and your chin. Notice your neck muscles. The front of your neck and the back of your neck. Take your attention to your shoulders. Observe both shoulders here. Notice the right shoulder and the left shoulder. We'll travel down the right upper arm, the right elbow, the right forearm, the right wrist, palm, fingers, thumb, pointer, middle, index, and pinky. And you'll move over to the left hand. Let's start with the left pinky finger. Then move to the left index finger, middle, pointer, thumb, left palm, left wrist, left forearm, left upper arm, both sides of the chest, and belly. So you feel ready, moving into those back muscles, upper back, middle back, and lower back. And then you'll move into the belly and the chest region. Take your attention to the right thigh, the right knee, the right shin, and right calf, heel of the right foot, the smallest toe of the right foot, second, third, fourth, and the big toe, all 5 toes of the right foot. And as you move down the left leg, left thigh, left knee, left shin, left calf, ankle, foot, and the toes, starting at the smallest toe, moving to the fourth, the third, the second, and the first. All 5 toes. Notice all 10 toes of both feet and release here through the feet. We're going to do that one more time, just to observe through the body. Crown of the head, forehead, eyes, ears, mouth, nose, face, neck, shoulders, right shoulder, right upper arm, right elbow, right forearm, right wrist, right fingers, left upper arm, left elbow, left forearm, left wrist, left fingers, belly, and your chest, and then back body and the pelvis. Now left thigh, left knee, left shin, left calf, and the left foot. Toes of the left foot, pinky, second, third, fourth, fifth, big toe. And let's move to the other leg. So let's come to the right thigh, the right knee, and right shin, right calf, heel, ball of foot, and toes. All 5 toes of the right foot. And continuing to breathe here. Creating a sense of elongation, awareness, if you will, mindfulness. Mindfully being with yourself. We're going to do that one more time, just a little bit more expansive this time. Notice the crown of the head and your entire face. The neck, both shoulders, both upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrist, palms, and the fingers. Feel your back body here. And observe your front body. This includes the top of the chest and then eventually the belly. Pelvis, thighs, knees, shins, ankles, calves, and the feet. So noticing here the entire body from head to toe. And if you're lying on your back right now, you're going to begin to bend those knees and rock the legs forwards and backwards or side to side. And then you're going to begin to roll over onto your side. As you feel ready, pressing your way up and finding your way into a seated position. So as we take our hands to the center chest, let's release the chin towards the chest, closing the eyes. Namaste. So thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed this practice today. I apologize for the internet cutting out. Not quite sure what happened. Fortunately, I still saw it was broadcasting, so I'm not sure. Maybe it was a Facebook thing. I have no idea. I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend. Dan and Gail, always a pleasure to practice with you guys. For anybody else that may be joining, or may join at a later point. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. So we have a few practices this weekend. I have Urban Zen tomorrow. I have Sunday Restorative and a morning practice as well. So if you're able to tune in for any of those classes, I hope that you can. Guys, please feel free to give the thumbs up or a heart sign if you enjoyed the video, sharing the video, liking the video. Oh, thank you, Gail. Well, I definitely did not want it to cut out, so that's all that I'm apologizing for. But yes, I hope that you enjoyed the practice, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. So you and Dan, a wonderful weekend. Thank you guys so much. And I will keep you guys posted. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Be well, be happy, my friends. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. We'll see each other soon. Bye, guys.